Imagine spending your entire life saving for retirement, dreaming of golden sunsets, quiet walks, and finally some peace. Now imagine watching it all fall apart as your dream retirement state drains your savings, taxes your income, and slashes the public services you rely on. This isn't just a nightmare. It's a reality unfolding across America in 2025. Welcome to the 10 U.S. states that are becoming retirement disasters in real time. From sky-high taxes to fiscal meltdowns and crumbling healthcare, these once idyllic havens are turning into economic traps for seniors. Are you living in one of them? Or worse, planning to move there? What you're about to learn could change your retirement plans forever. Number 10. Illinois. Retirement in Illinois is quickly becoming a financial landmine. The state is drowning in pension debt, with shortfalls projected to exceed a staggering $150 billion by 2024. This ballooning crisis isn't just a number on a spreadsheet. It's a ticking time bomb that threatens public services, including those vital for seniors like healthcare, transportation, and assisted living support. Add to that Illinois' notoriously steep tax burden. While Social Security benefits are exempt, other forms of retirement income aren't so lucky. Property taxes in Illinois are some of the highest in the nation, regularly exceeding 2% and eating into fixed incomes. For retirees, this means every dollar saved is shrinking faster than expected. And it doesn't stop there. Fiscal uncertainty is breeding instability. Local governments have already begun cutting services, and discussions of municipal bankruptcy are no longer just rumors. That's right, parts of Illinois are contemplating bankruptcy-level solutions to keep the lights on. So why are retirees still flocking here? Is the nostalgia for Midwestern roots worth risking financial ruin? When essential services collapse, the cost isn't just monetary, it's your quality of life. Number 9. Rhode Island. Don't let Rhode Island's coastal charm fool you. Beneath the picturesque New England facade lies one of the most punishing property tax systems in the country. With average rates hovering between 1.9% and 2.0% and median home values nearing $463,000, retirees here are facing annual bills that can climb past $9,000. On a fixed income, that's suffocating. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Rhode Island has been plagued by fiscal mismanagement for years. Chronic budget shortfalls and staggering state debt are leading to deep cuts in public services. Programs that seniors rely on, like subsidized transportation, public health clinics, and housing aid, are all on the chopping block. To make matters worse, Rhode Island taxes most retirement income, including pensions and 401k withdrawals. While some breaks exist for lower-income retirees, many middle-class seniors find themselves caught in a painful squeeze. So ask yourself, why retire somewhere that punishes you for every financial move? Is a beachfront view really worth trading away your peace of mind? Number 8. New Mexico. New Mexico might be known for its dramatic landscapes and low-key lifestyle, but it's hiding some brutal truths. For starters, its violent crime rate is more than double the national average. That's not just alarming. It's dangerous, especially for seniors who value safety above all. Healthcare access is another ticking time bomb. Particularly in rural areas, clinics are understaffed, facilities are underfunded, and wait times are unbearable. For retirees with chronic conditions or mobility issues, that could mean the difference between life and death. Economically, New Mexico isn't faring much better. With nearly 18% of its population living below the poverty line, social services are stretched thin. Retirees face the prospect of navigating broken systems in communities where resources are already scarce. And don't forget taxes. While Social Security gets a partial pass, most other retirement income is taxed. Combine that with rising insurance premiums and utility costs, and suddenly New Mexico doesn't look like such a bargain anymore. Could this be the worst-kept secret in retirement planning? Number 7. West Virginia. West Virginia's majestic mountains may offer scenic views, but the economic landscape is anything but stable. The state has been hemorrhaging population for decades, eroding its tax base and leaving public services starved for funding. Seniors are among the hardest hit. Healthcare access in West Virginia ranks near the bottom nationally. For every 1,000 residents, the number of practicing physicians is shockingly low. And in rural counties, options are virtually non-existent. For retirees needing regular care, this isn't just inconvenient, it's life-threatening. Federal aid cuts are compounding the crisis. With less federal support, the state is making up the difference by trimming local programs, many of which directly impact seniors. Things like subsidized housing, transportation services, and home care grants are all being rolled back. Even though the overall tax rate might seem manageable, the crumbling infrastructure and declining services mean retirees are getting far less value for their money. Is moving to a tax-friendly state really worth it if you can't access basic health care? Number 6. Louisiana. Louisiana's southern charm and vibrant culture have long made it a popular destination for retirees. But behind the jazz and jambalaya lies a deep fiscal rot. Chronic budget deficits have left the state teetering on the edge of collapse, with public services suffering the consequences. Healthcare is among the worst in the nation. Hospital closures, medical staff shortages, and outdated equipment plague the system, especially in rural and coastal communities where many retirees seek affordable living. Then there's the ever-present threat of natural disasters. Hurricanes, flooding, and rising insurance premiums make Louisiana a financially volatile retirement option. Rebuilding after just one storm can wipe out years of careful financial planning. Add to that a high crime rate and persistently poor infrastructure, and Louisiana stops looking like a haven and starts resembling a high-risk gamble. Are you prepared to bet your retirement on a state that might not be able to protect your home or your health? Number 5. Oregon. Oregon once symbolized progressive tranquility, but it's rapidly descending into a retirement nightmare. First, the cost of living is spiraling out of control. Median home prices have soared past $500,000 in many regions, while property taxes and utility costs continue to climb. For retirees on fixed incomes, Oregon is eating through nest eggs at breakneck speed. Healthcare. Don't count on it. Rural hospitals are closing at an alarming rate, and even urban centers like Portland face staffing shortages and extended wait times. Add to that the state's growing drug crisis and rising homelessness problem, and you're looking at a public health emergency that's bleeding into everyday life, especially for vulnerable seniors. Crime in cities like Portland has reached crisis levels, fueled by weak enforcement and a breakdown in community cohesion. Seniors who once strolled downtown now avoid it altogether. Safety is no longer a given, it's a gamble. And taxes. Oregon offers no sales tax, but that's a distraction. The state taxes virtually all retirement income, including pensions and 401ks, with rates climbing up to 9.9%. That tax-friendly label is a myth. Retire here, and your savings won't stand a chance. Number 4. Connecticut. Connecticut may scream New England prestige, but it's one of the most dangerous traps for retirees in the entire country. Property taxes are absolutely crushing. The state average is 2.14%, and with median home prices around $385,000, many retirees are stuck paying upwards of $8,000 a year just to stay in their homes. But the tax pain doesn't stop there. Connecticut also taxes pension income, 401k withdrawals, and even some Social Security benefits. It's a triple hit, at the worst possible time in your financial life. The state's fiscal health is another red flag. Connecticut holds one of the worst debt-to-GDP ratios in the nation, with unfunded pension liabilities choking off future budgets. That means more cuts to senior services and fewer resources for aging populations. And while healthcare access is decent, it's outrageously expensive. Premiums, copays, and out-of-pocket costs are all well above the national average. So the question is, can you afford to grow old in Connecticut, or will this upscale state upscale you right into bankruptcy? Number 3. Alaska. Alaska's wild beauty masks a brutal reality for retirees. Yes, there's no state income tax, but don't be fooled, everything else will bleed your wallet dry. The cost of goods and services is staggering. Groceries can cost double the national average, and healthcare premiums are among the highest in America. Access to care is a whole different crisis. Remote areas are severely underserved, and even major hospitals struggle with understaffing. In a state where weather can delay flights for days, medical emergencies quickly turn deadly. For seniors needing consistent treatment, Alaska is a dangerous bet. Then there's isolation. Harsh winters, extreme daylight swings, and geographic remoteness can trigger depression, mobility issues, and chronic loneliness, especially among older adults. Social infrastructure just doesn't exist to support aging in place here. And while the state once provided generous oil dividend payments, budget shortfalls have scaled those back. Without robust local support systems, seniors are left to fend for themselves. Is Alaska worth the scenery if it comes at the cost of your safety and sanity? Number 2. California. California is the Golden State, but for retirees, it's more like a gilded cage. Median home prices hover near $800,000, and even modest rentals can exceed $3,000 a month in coastal cities. Seniors on fixed incomes are being priced out of their communities in real time. Taxes. Brutal. California boasts the highest state income tax in the nation, up to 13.3%. While Social Security is exempt, pensions, IRAs, and other retirement income are not. And don't forget sales taxes nearing 10% and sky-high property taxes. It's a relentless assault on your financial future. Crime and homelessness are rising fast. Cities like San Francisco and Los Angeles have become cautionary tales of urban decay. Seniors increasingly report feeling unsafe, and many are fleeing to neighboring states, if they can afford to. And despite the state's enormous budget, infrastructure for aging populations is stretched thin. Long wait times for senior housing, overwhelmed healthcare networks, and inconsistent elder support services make it clear California may be beautiful, but it's become a dystopian paradise for retirees. Number 1. New Jersey. Topping the list is none other than New Jersey, a retirement disaster in full swing. The state combines the worst of every category: sky-high property taxes, outrageous cost of living, declining public services, and one of the most hostile tax codes for retirees in the U.S. Let's start with property taxes. New Jersey has the highest in the nation, averaging over 2.2%. With median home prices around $495,000, many retirees are handing over $11,000 a year just in taxes. That's more than some people pay in rent. Retirement income is taxed aggressively. Pensions, IRAs, and 401k withdrawals all take a hit. And while some tax breaks exist, they often vanish if you have moderate income from investments or part-time work, punishing you for financial independence. Then there's infrastructure decay. From public transit to healthcare access, the state is struggling under the weight of chronic budget mismanagement. Senior programs are underfunded, waiting lists are growing, and essential services are being cut to the bone. And let's not forget the quality of life issues. Congestion, pollution, and increasing crime rates in urban corridors make it clear New Jersey is no place to grow old with peace and dignity. If you're planning to retire here, you're not just risking your money, you're gambling your future. So here's the brutal truth: retirement in America is no longer about where you want to go, it's about where you can afford to survive. The states on this list aren't just slipping, they're collapsing under the weight of bad policy, broken healthcare, sky-high taxes, and neglected infrastructure. And yet, millions of retirees are walking into the trap, eyes wide shut. Ask yourself, is that ocean view, that mountain cabin, that childhood hometown worth spending your golden years stressed, sick, or broke? Retirement should be a reward, not a punishment. But unless we start asking the hard questions, many will spend their final decades not in peace, but in financial warfare. Which begs the question, is your retirement plan built on fantasy or fact? Subscribe now, because the next state to collapse could be yours.